Hi guys! Happy Sunday! Welcome to my channel, everybody. So, I was writing today and thinking, I've been thinking about it for the past week, and yes, I know that we are from the planet Sun. It wasn't a sun, it was a planet, and Earth is here. It wasn't always like abundant Earth that it is because we didn't have the sun. But we came here from the sun on our spaceship, and that's why, you know, the Egyptians wrote spaceships in the hieroglyphs. And where'd the spaceships go? Where do you think they went? Look at the sun. What do you think the sun? Do you think the sun could explode some ships? What do you think? So the sun was once a beautiful planet. I mean, not as beautiful as this one. It was less abundant in energy and sun and a light. We had some sort of light source. I don't know if it was from the planet itself, because the sun is pretty bright. I think it was pretty abundant in fire energy and, what is that, magma? We have fire energy here on Earth. And what else was, and maybe oil. I mean, do you think that fire and oil would cause a big giant explosion? I'm pretty sure that's where where else did we come from? What could have caused extinction of an entire planet, filled with dinosaurs? Do you think that they were malnourished? Do you think they just stopped eating, no more bunnies, no more fish? They couldn't eat each other. They couldn't eat other species were being kept alive by plants that were herbivores, so why couldn't they just keep having babies? What Tyrannosaurus Rex just has a huge appetite for meat. It's all about what happened to them. They didn't just disappear. They didn't just die off the planet. Something happened to the planet. Look at our continents. They're broken. They haven't always been broken. It's a new story. I mean, this world has been broken apart. It's made of oil and fire energy and water and dirt, earth, and it's rocks. And who's to say it wasn't, who's not to say it wasn't just like the moon? We don't know what's inside the moon. We went to the moon. We think the moon's some big, crazy, cool planet. But it's really not. It just looks like a big rock unless we open it up. Something happens to it. The sun just shines on it. And the sun wasn't shining on it before we got here. It wasn't, the sun hasn't always been shining on the moon. So can you imagine being on another planet, where we have been? We have been travelers along all of the planets. I don't know where exactly yet. I'm going to figure it out. But if you look at imagine being on the sun, imagine the sun being like an Earth planet, just not so, abundant in some whatever light. Who knows? Maybe there's another planet like the sun that was on fire. Maybe the Earth was on fire and the sun went out from here, and we've been traveling back and forth from the sun to the Earth, because the sun has always been very important to the ancient Egyptians or anybody in the ancient world. It's always been the sun. The sun has always been what they worshipped. How do you know that they weren't worshipping their planet? I don't see a God. I don't see the story of God. I see the story of the ancient Egyptians traveling from planet to planet. I can see the Earth exploding again, not just exploding from, it could have exploded from a meteor. It could have exploded from a combination of magma and the Earth's oil, Just because there's water in the Earth doesn't mean, some oil and fire aren't going to seep somewhere together and explode and turn this place into a big giant ball of fire. We don't know where the dinosaurs went. Besides, that's what I'm thinking, some big fire. I think we were a big fireball, and we were like the sun. We just traveled back and forth. There's no other explanation, and a big man in the sky, you know, and all these stories underneath it representing the big man in the sky it's like a pyramid of stories representing the big man in the sky. But I don't believe in a big man in the sky. I don't believe in physical. I don't believe in a man. I don't believe in man energy. I just believe in a energy. One energy, not a girl energy. A good, pure energy. Imagination that got us here. Energy. That's where we came from. We've always been in the cycle of creating and being here, and creating and just creating and being here. It's never ended. It's a never ending story. What else are we gonna do? What else does energy want to do? It wants to create. It wants to just exist and thrive and create. It wants to make love. That's all. It's a big love creation. It wants to create. You could say anything's a god. You could say creation is a god. Creator is a god. But you're the creator because you're the one that creates anything. You created this existence here. You woke up one day into a memory, into your imagination, into a strong memory, not even a memory, strong imagination got you here. Something strong got you here. Someone scaring the hell out of me got me here. Someone jumping in front of me with a Halloween mask as I was watching TV when I was 2 years old scared me into being here. And that's what created my energy being here. So that is a predictor of your whole, all of the energy that you're ever going to attract into your simulation is, think back to your first imagination that got you here as a child. You came here as a little child with an imagination, a crazy imagination. You didn't get here through any other place. You didn't. Every other story besides what you remember is somebody else's story. They taught you something else. That was their story. What's your story? You know, stop listening to other people. Don't listen. They ain't got nothing good to say. You create your own story or else it's not worth being here. So, that's what I have to say. If you need a sun, I'm gonna smoke the weed. Yeah, so happy Sunday. My computer's gonna die.